Well, you come out of that one saying, hey, we got a point, or, we should have played better, or both.
We should have played better, certainly. As bad as we played in the first half, it was still 0-0. And then we played very well coming out in the second half and made a mistake, and we were down a goal. Our reaction, as always this year, was very good, and we had a chance maybe to win it at the end.
Are reacting well to going behind, but part of that is you're going behind.
Yeah, it's not. We don't want that to be our MO all year. If it is, we're going to struggle because you can only do that so many times. We're maybe for a little better in front of goal. We could have gotten the lead in the second half, and then obviously we can't make that mistake.
Do you think this team is improving?
Yeah, we're improving a lot, but tonight had nothing to do, or today had nothing to do with improving or being better tactically or defensively. We just didn't have any energy in the first half, and that doesn't matter how talented you are, how prepared you are. If you don't have the energy to come out and play, then you're always going to struggle.
So you got energy after Bruce yelled at you?
Yeah, well, I think we all looked at ourselves and said, this isn't good enough. And yeah, I think we realize, regardless of what the result is or what the score is, have some pride and go put some energy out. And it was hot and it was hard, but I think we all realize we can do that.
There was an awful lot of players behind the ball in the first half. How much of that was by design, and how much of that was just?
No, well, we didn't do a good job holding the ball and keeping the ball, so we ended up defending a lot. And the good thing is our defensive instincts are a lot better than last year, and we know how to get guys behind the ball if things aren't going our way. But in an ideal world, especially at home, we want to have a lot more of the ball like we did in the second half and create more chances as opposed to defending the whole half.
Bruce said you had really a free roll today. What did you see in terms of where you ended up?
Yeah, it's too bad that I couldn't find a lot of energy till the second half, because I could have had gotten a lot of good spots and had a lot of good chances to run at people and make plays, and I just didn't have it in me today. So second half was better, but I like playing in that kind of role. I just got to do better with it.
This team, and Bruce mentioned this as well, this team does seem to really misses Edson.
Yeah, it does. Edson helps us a lot in a lot of ways. He can pull off plays by himself, and that takes pressure off us. But I think all of us as forwards, myself, Alan, Mike, when he was up there, we just, for some reason, especially in the first half, we couldn't get ourselves going, and that hurt us today.
What did you think of the refereeing in today's game?
I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah?
I'm trying to think of plays he could have called a penalty on the play on me. I don't think there was any other plays that were real spotty, were there?
I think he was handing out too many cards, and this is like yet another MLS game I've seen where he's handing out too many cards for what doesn't seem like big deals, and it looks to me like smart players know how to play these referees and go down easily so they get calls. You were appealing for a penalty in what looked to me to be a little bit of a dive,
right?
And then you very intelligently, I thought, got a Columbus Crew player thrown out for a second yellow.
Well,
that was
the penalty. You can ask Brian Carroll whether he hit me or not, and I'll leave it at that. That was a bad tackle by Danny O'Rourke, and I think if you ask him, he knows it was a stupid challenge. Whether he got the ball or not, it's a dumb challenge to go into. I disagree. I think he did a pretty good job today, and I didn't feel like he gave out too many cards.
Rosica said the same thing, that we didn't need that red card. Why make that tackle there? Why not try and force you to turn around and play the ball back, and we deal with that?
Right.
Do you guys look at the season record for ties and say, just 8 more, 9 more?
No. Look, the majority of I think maybe all of our ties have been coming from behind. So in those instances, it's good to get points out of those games. What we'd like to start doing is getting a lead and holding it so we can win games. But it's not like we're having 2-goal leads at home and giving them away. And we're proud of how we fight back and get points when we're out of games.
Yeah, you just got to be tired looking at that number of ties in the column.
Yeah, but it could be 7 losses, and we'd be on 3 points. So we're still right in the mix.
Len, the second half you said it was different than the first for you, and was that purely fatigue, or was that also Columbus had switched their tactics, or you had switched something up a little bit?
No, it had nothing to do with tactics. It had to do with us putting forth energy and having desire to just go compete. And in the first half, I think we all felt like we were hot and we were tired and we couldn't move. And you have to be mentally stronger than that. And you have days like that. Physically sometimes that happens, but you've got to be mentally strong and keep yourself going.
Days like that happen more often when you've got the midweek game?
From last week? That was last week, not this week. No, I mean they can, but there's
Just accumulation?
Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes you just have days like that. And today, clearly, the heat has a factor. But we showed in the second half we have that in us. We got to bring it out.
Thanks, Landon.